Hello and welcome back to AngryFireChozo. This is part 2. And here we're picking up with yet another missile. And this well, I guess first with this room that I go into now is kind of interesting. Because you'll be coming back to this room later, but not through either of those two doors. And you'll see why better later in another video, but this is part of where he had some polish issues, because he made the hack so fast. He had rooms that went behind other rooms, and so you're coming out in the right place on the map into that room, but it doesn't really look right on your map because it looks like you've already explored that part, but there's another room back there, so I don't mind maps going or rooms going behind other rooms, as long as you have like a visible route there that you can't make in one room that you can in the other. And so I've done that myself in Fear. It's two that I could think of right now that I have done that for. And that's something, if you go behind the map, just try and make sure there's a visible path there, because it is a 2D game. There's no 3D map or anything like that, so it just looks better that way. And here we're getting to some more interesting enemy graphic edits. Yeah, that Samus right there is actually one of the deactivated wreck ship robots before you defeat Fantoon. It's just been retiled with Samus' death animation pose. So, I don't know where he came up with that idea, but I guess it kind of works. It's just kind of weird to see. And water in this hack isn't a big deal when it comes to jumping, because you keep rising anyway, so it does still slow your horizontal speed down, which you combine slow vertical and slow horizontal, and that's something else I don't like. But whatever. This is just showing off another of his little hex tweaks, where you keep your running speed after a spin jump and landing, which is something I think every hack should use, because it's just better. It really is. I think everyone should apply that patch, or make the tweak themselves. And here, this is one of 2, maybe 3 of these really tall big rooms. I mean big rooms, not just tall rooms. And you can tell it's kind of slow going with this gravity, but it just makes it a little bit more interesting to play, I guess. And here we're going to see another little graphical edit. I mean, not graphical, sorry. One of his little gravity tweaks that came out from his playing around. If you bomb with Morph Ball, you're able to keep rising through the air, as long as you don't have Boost Ball patched. If you have Boost Ball patched, you're going to have trouble, because it won't do that. But and this item back here, I never got the first time, just because he didn't really. It's only hint as to cracks in the elevator. There's no hint as to how to get back to the elevator shaft. And that's the problem I do have with them hacks. I mean, because Ice Beam is the only way you can destroy mock droids, and it's just for something that important, I would not hide it like that. I don't mind a few items. Actually, I prefer to have a few items hidden really well, where there's still a hint given for this item, but like that tunnel right there is completely unnoticeable. So that I wouldn't mind if it was just like a super missile or something. But for something as important as Ice Beam, I definitely suggest you don't do that, because if you get back to the Machtroid area, you definitely want Ice Beam. Yes, that was the little Super Mario Bros. 3 tornado. Here's another room with his cool looking lights. I believe this room was originally the one with the old Mother Brain tank in it. Which is, he pretty much just kept the pirates and the locked doors, I guess. So, here we go. He's got one more pirate to destroy. This room is kind of cool, actually. I have to say, this pipe design is kind of sparse, but I guess it sort of works. And this pirate is a pain to get to, especially if you don't remember where your bomb block was. Yes, the bomb has to be able to bounce you off to the side a little bit in order for the gravity to work. And he did another really well hidden missile tank up here. So, that's all good and well. I think all hacks should have a few really well hidden items. I mean, not completely... Okay, maybe completely unnoticeable just for those who really explore. But I actually do kind of like having 5 or so items just hidden really, really well. And here he's actually going to get the item that causes all this messed up gravity. So he likes throwing some... I know this... I guess this wasn't really like a serious hack he was making, so he was... just felt like throwing whatever in at whatever point. And it actually comes out pretty cool. I mean, it strays from the normal a lot more than most other hacks. I mean, well, way more than most other hacks. And pretty good look at all those tornadoes or whirlwinds, whatever you want to call them. Here you can see boost balls usage. Makes tall vertical rooms much easier to manage. Anyway, that'll do it for part 2. Be back for part 3 in a little bit.